Anushka is listening. कहो ना प्यारे. Anusha.
No, that was not my.
No,
That's my favorite song. I can recognize it.
That was my phone. That was a story on one of from my cousin's Instagram.
Okay.
My
Good
cousin,
morning, everybody. Good morning.
early morning. You
Very
to
Taurus.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Srinivas bhai, how are you?
And good, sir. Thank you.
Nikhil Shah, good morning to you. Hi, Jinan. I've been seeing you after a very long time.
Yes, Zahid sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Purnima, I have one more suggestion.
Yes, sir.
There are some, actually, I have come across some speeches people call picturesque speeches. Is the speeches particularly actually tailored to include certain words, beautiful words. Such attempt, why don't we do? That will actually improve the vocabulary also. Maybe we'll take time, 1 month in advance, inform everyone actually to use good vocabulary, focus on vocabulary.
Sure, sir. I'll definitely.
That can be one idea, maybe, if
Yes,
it
sir.
fits into our theme.
Sure, sir. I'll definitely discuss this and let you know.
Good morning, Purnima.
Good morning, Zahid sir.
Long time no see. Yes, that was at us. Yes.
Yes, sir. This beginning of the year has been a bit crazy and unexpected for me, but I'm here and I'll stay.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Madam President, good morning. Where is she? Adriana?
Good morning, Zahid. I'm just traveling a bit, but
okay.
Hopefully, I should reach the destination before the meeting starts.
Okay.
Adriana, can I please know where is Snehal, Sanchit? You're traveling. Are you guys like planning a getaway together or something?
No. I have a family function, and I believe this one, Sanchit has an emergency, so he had to travel for that.
No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Anushka, do we have all the role bearers?
Actually, we don't have a counter as of now. I think so.
We have our counter. Toastmaster Sanika is the counter.
Okay, then everyone is present. As a part of our tradition, Toastmaster tradition, I request everyone to unmute themselves and clap along with me. Good morning and welcome to Andheri Orators Meeting 54. I would first like to begin by reminding everyone of our mission here in Toastmasters. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And with this mission in mind, we welcome and encourage all our members and guests to participate in this co-learning environment. Before we commence today's meeting, some general instructions. First and foremost, I request all role players and speakers to rename themselves by the following naming conventions given on the screen. This will help us save time by allowing us to reach and identify speakers in advance. In a Toastmasters meeting, we refrain from speaking about three things: sex, religion, and politics, as it can be offensive to people present here. Avoid unmuting yourselves and cross-talking in middle of the speech, as it can be disrespectful to the speaker present. Also, I request everyone to kindly put their noise-making devices on silent mode, especially the one who will be speaking. We are live streaming the meeting for recording purpose. If anyone has objection to being recorded, please let us know. We will remove that from final recording. To speak or ask questions, raise hand on video or click on raise hand button on your screen. Each speaker and role player will be given 30 seconds to check their audio, video, lights when they are first introduced. I strongly urge everyone to not repeatedly ask if they are audible or not. If you aren't, the Zoom master or the Toastmaster of the day will let you know. Furthermore, all speakers and role players are requested to be cognizant of their time that they have been assigned to so the meeting can successfully follow the meeting as set in the agenda. Also, as far as possible, keep your videos on. Though you are on mute, your expressions, thumbs up, and claps will encourage the speaker. Now, an important instructions. In our meeting, we follow the customary practice of giving a standing ovation to any speaker giving a milestone speech. So, whenever a speaker gives a milestone speech, I request you all to unmute yourselves, turn on your video, and give speaker a standing ovation. The Toastmaster of the day will inform us of our milestone speeches. With this, please help me welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Adriana Walls.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Rohit. Family. If you ask a 5-year-old, mother, father, sibling, if any, grandparents are family. Ask a 15-year-old, parents, siblings, grandparents, and friends are now the family. Ask a 25-year-old. Probably girlfriend or boyfriend were added to the list. Of course, depending on the depth of the relation. I mean, not the swipes, of course. Then come to 45. We add spouse and kids in it. At 65, probably grandkids too. And across all ages after 18, add Toastmasters as well. If you see, the definition of family may seem to change with time. In terms of components, indeed it does. But one thing stays constant: the reason they get defined as family. They are the light on a dark night, the warmth in a cold weather, the speed breaker when you are reckless and going too fast, and the seatbelt too when we fall abruptly. We may not always go eye to eye with them, but we certainly know that we are shoulder to shoulder in all our stages of life. This Sunday, it is time to show them that we love them, reflect on what we learned from them, and lead the path for the family to come. So join me as I welcome our Toastmaster of the Day, Anushka Khanna, who will help us ponder on the significance of family. Oh, and a cautionary tale: she can make you sentimental even when you're smiling. Over to the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Anushka Khanna.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adriana. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you. So, moving forward, Toastmasters and guests, good morning. I'm Toastmaster Anushka, the Toastmaster of the day and your host for the today's meeting. For the benefit of the guests, I'll first quickly explain how the flow of a usual Toastmasters meeting. The meetings are usually divided into three segments: the prepared speeches segment, the impromptu speaking or the table topics session, and then the evaluations. Since today we will be hosting our moments of truth, the club will not be hosting the table topics session in the interest of time. These prepared speeches are basically given by speakers who have prepared these speeches in advance and will be giving them in keeping in mind their project objectives. After that, the evaluators and the general evaluator will evaluate the speakers and the whole meeting in general, respectively, and that will be done by the people who are assigned for that role. Just a minute. Our theme for today's meeting is family. Family is indeed a subjective term, for it keeps on changing for us from time to time, as rightly said by Toastmaster Adriana. 2020 was a difficult year for most of the people, but mere presence of some people had made it easier to survive. These people we call family. We might not always see eye to eye with them, might have arguments or have ideological differences. But at the end of the day, we know that the intentions would never be wrong. And so I think that matters the most. When I think about my family is one unique one. We all have our differences, have fights with each other because we don't have similar ideologies. But that does not mean that we don't have our own moments. For example, when this lockdown had started, we all used to be bored at home and didn't know what to do. So at night, my mom used to watch this one show, Anupama, which all three or other of us used to hate. Like, why would anyone watch a TV serial and things like that? Moving forward, 4 months later, now everyone at 10 o'clock in the night sit in front of TV to watch Anupama because now everyone has gotten attached to that show. So that's family. Moving forward, I would now like to introduce the tag team of our Toastmasters of our today's meeting. So now the guests must be wondering, what do you mean by a tag team? Well, tag team stands for the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian for a meeting. When we see it from the context of a family, I believe tag team is the mother of a family. Just like a family is incomplete without a mother who always keeps a check on us and corrects us whenever we differ from our path. Toastmasters tag team help us by keeping a check on us throughout the meeting and alerts us on the wrongdoings. So for today's meeting, our timer is Toastmaster Nikhil Shah, one of the newest members of the club. Though in his 60s, his energy would shame even the youngest of us. Toastmaster Nikhil Shah is a CA and has a business of washroom decoratives since last 36 years. His hobbies include listening to old songs and upgrading his self-development skills. Over to you, Toastmaster Nikhil.
As a timer, I will be helping the speakers to express their thoughts within the allotted time limits. My duty is to time prepared speech and speech evaluation during this meeting. To help me in performing my role, I have this set of three color cards. The green card indicates the qualifying time for your speech. The yellow card indicates the target timing for your speech, and the red card indicates the maximum time allotted to you. For 5 to 7 minutes prepared speech, I will show the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. For the prepared speeches, we have a grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the time limit. I will present the timing report when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Over to Anushka. Hello.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. Now I would like to call upon one of the another newest member of our club. But would anyone believe when they would see her speaking? An enthusiastic 18-year-old who does not fear going out of her comfort zone, whether it is as a career choice or going to the Himalayas for a trek. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanika.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Anushka. I am the R counter for today, and my role as an R counter is to record unnecessary sounds used by the speakers and role bearers. They include crush sounds like filler words like but, like, so, okay, filler phrases, you know, and so, extremely long pauses. The crutch words or filler sounds obstruct the smooth flow of speech and can be annoying to the listeners. At the same time, they decrease the value of the speech. It is pertinent to note these words and phrases so as to make the speaker aware of them and thereafter ensure minimal usage of such words and phrases in future. I will present the R counter report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Sanika. Now for the grammarian, I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Astha. She is doing her MA in development and is currently working with an NGO that works with adolescents. She likes reading and listening to music, particularly Coke Studio. Over to you, Toastmaster Astha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka, my dear Toastmasters and dear guests. So my role as a grammarian will be to make note of all the good usage and not so good usage of the English language. It's also my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. So the word of the day today is ubiquitous, which means something that is present everywhere or found everywhere. And the example of using this word will be his ubiquitous influence was felt by all the members of his family. It's also my responsibility to introduce the idiom for the day. So the idiom for the day today is burn the candle at both ends, which means to work really hard. And the example of this usage can be, since starting my new job, I have been burning the candle at both ends. I will present my grammarian report when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Astha. Moving forward, now is the time to start with the first major session of our Toastmasters meeting, the prepared speeches section. These prepared speakers, I believe, are the children of a family. Children of the family of Toastmasters meeting, I mean, the heart of our meeting. Just like children who study for almost 20 years not knowing why they are even doing that, these Toastmasters prepare for their speeches in advance, a few days in advance, and with the uncertainty that how would their speech would go. But that might not be true for our next speaker, the most confident of all, Toastmaster DTM Zahid Sheikh, a veteran Toastmaster, one who is the most respected and whose speaking style always inspires all of us. DTM Zahid Sheikh, who is starting his second innings as a speaker in Toastmasters. Before I call upon Toastmasters DTM Zahid Sheikh, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Faria Sheikh, to give his project objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Faria. Toastmaster Faria?
Yes, Aunt Abhi.
Yes, yes.
I was just called by someone, so I think I missed.
You have to give the project guidelines of DTM Zahid Sheikh.
DTM Zahid Sheikh will be delivering his ice-breaking speech, and the title of his speech is "Someone Up There Likes You."
Thank you. DTM Zahid Sheikh. Someone up there likes you. Someone up there likes you. DTM Zahid Sheikh.
Apologies for interruption. Really sorry. Just wanted to point out that since it is an icebreaker speech, the timing would be 4 to 6 minutes. So timer, please keep a note of that.
Hello.
Okay.
Am I okay to start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I visible?
No.
No.
Yes.
Sir. I have before the. Okay, great.
No, I'm just trying to adjust. I'm trying to adjust the camera. That is what I'm asking. Am I visible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're perfectly audible, visible.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Toastmasters, the fellow Toastmasters and guests. A very good morning to all of you. My name is Zahid, and I am 36 years old. And I have credited the rest to my experience account. I have completed my schooling from Hill Grange High School, which is somewhere behind Jaslow College. And I have graduated from Srimati Mitibai Motibai Kundanani College of Commerce and Economics, that is MMK Bandra. In our times, we used to like calling, like saying our school's college name in length. After graduating from college, I tried my hand in many businesses to settle myself. And on the parallel side, I got married to the girl who I was dating for 3 years. We have 2 children, Both are poetically named. The first one is a girl named Ghazal, and the second one is a boy named Ghalib. Now that I had a full family, the responsibility, the burden was also on me to make the family in a better condition. Therefore, I opted for a job in Saudi Arabia, in Dammam. The offer was from an exporter from India who was spreading its wings right around the world. Al Kabir Exports, dealing in frozen food. And that's how my life started in Saudi Arabia. Now, fast forwarding myself to the time when my children got married. We were a happy family, the children were married. And it so happened one fine day, my wife tells me that we have to go to the hospital to receive the new entrant to the family. My daughter was giving birth to a child. We all landed in the hospital, and in no time, the nurse came out and said, "Congratulations, you have a baby girl." Everybody was with smiles, laughing, enjoying, congratulating each other. And that particular time, my wife happened to glance at me. The expression on my face was not the expression she expected. After some time, she came right around visiting people and came right next to me and said in my ears, looking at the sky, she said, "Somebody up there likes you. That is why you have been blessed with a granddaughter." I heard what she said, but I did not understand what she said. Time passed, days passed. After a couple of years, I got another announcement from my wife that today we have got to go and receive the second entrant to the family. We went there. The same atmosphere, the same jubilations, the same people. And the nurse came out and said, "Congratulations, you have a baby girl." And the same expression was on my face, and the same thing, my wife came next to me, stood next to me, pointing to the sky. She said, "I'm sure now that someone up there likes you. That is why you have been blessed with a baby daughter, a granddaughter." And the third time, the same thing happened, and I was again blessed with a granddaughter. By that time, these girls were growing up, and I became so fond of them that it was like that I was their best friend, and it was such a nice relationship we have, conversing, discussing, fighting, enjoying ourselves, playing games. So it was like I was given a chance to live life once more again, and not in one stages, because after that, again, I had two more granddaughters. So totally, I have got 5 granddaughters, and now I'm their best friend, enjoying the five age concept and enjoying every moment of life with them. The youngest one, Areen, says that she's in lower KG. Daneen is the second one, who is 13 years old and is in the 7th grade. Then the third granddaughter, Reen, is in the 10th grade. So she's 10 years old in the 5th grade. The fourth one is Insha. She is 9 years old in the 5th grade, and that is Arshian. She is 17 years old and in the 12th grade. With these, I have learned to live life once again. I had based my principle, and because of this, I had based my principle on 2 factors. One is work is not life. It is a part of life. And the second factor, which I based myself on, is the title of a film Zindagi na mile dobara. You only live once. I'm truly happy that now that it is time for me, that tomorrow I'll be leaving for to meet my daughter and their granddaughters and having fun time with them. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmasters DTM Zahid, for this lovely speech. Moving forward, our next speaker for today is someone who I think is the cutest, sweetest, and one of the best speakers I've heard. Oh no, I exchanged our introduction and instead give my own introduction. Well, that's okay since our name is almost always exchanged in the club. Over to you, Toastmaster Anusha. Before calling in Toastmaster Anusha, I would like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Shipra Seth, to give her project guidelines.
Good morning, Toastmaster of the day. So TM Anusha is giving her level 1 P3 speech today. The objectives of her project is to learn and review the basic research method and present a well-researched and structured speech today. Over to you, Toastmaster Anusha, and all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shipra. Toastmaster Anusha, don't get over it, get used to it. Don't get over it, get used to it, Toastmaster Anusha. Over to you, Toastmaster Anusha.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
I would like to share my screen. So, timer, can I get my timings on the chat, please? Hello.
Timer, are you there?
Yes.
Can she please receive her timing on chat? So when it is
Madam, I don't know. So how to do it, I don't know.
okay, no worries. Okay, what I'll do is, can I, Toastmaster of the day, can I have the permission to just put it on the chat instead of the timer for this one instance?
Yes, sure.
All right. So just give me a minute, please. Right. Okay. Fine. Whenever you're ready, Anusha.
Sure. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Good morning, President Toastmasters, member Toastmasters, and my dear guest. Every one of us have some fear. Some have fear of heights, some have fear of closed spaces. But there is one fear that is almost common to everyone, and that is stage fright or glossophobia. Now, every one of us present here in today's meeting wants to be a great speaker and leader by removing their stage fright. So I thought, why not choose this topic as my research? According to the research, I found that around 77% of the total population have some level of anxiety while public speaking. That means 1 in around 20 people have stage fear. 10 years ago, when I was giving my first presentation in front of the whole class, I was like this. It felt like almost death. Every one of us seeing me intensely, scrutinizing me. My amygdala was working harder than it have ever had to in my entire life. Now, amygdala is a region in our brain that helps you in expressing your emotions, including our fear. Whenever we sense danger around us, amygdala tells our body how to respond. That day, I came out of my room with a hyperactivated amygdala, feeling very dejected. I could not help myself but ask a question: what did just happen back in there? Sociobiologist Edward O. Wilson argues that historically, being intensely scrutinized or singled out is a prelude to be eaten up by a predator. Now, to be eaten up is a worry about self reputation, and predator is a beloved public speaking. What if I fail in front of the crowd? What if everyone thinks I'm an idiot? All those thoughts start crossing my mind when I was on stage. Since then, I whenever it comes to getting up on stage and speaking, I used to tell myself that I don't need it. This is something that I can live without. Now, let's understand what is the problem with these statements. When we say these statements to ourselves repeatedly, we engage our brain in the process called negative reinforcement. Now, negative reinforcement is defined as strengthening of a behavior response by avoiding a negative stimuli. Now, in this case, the response that we are strengthening is a fear response, and the negative stimuli is getting up on the stage. Believe me, I was telling these statements continuously for long 7 years until I joined MBA and realized that if I have to grow in my life, I cannot avoid public speaking. The only way to avoid, the only way to fought negative reinforcement was to be in the stimuli as much as we can. After that, I tried many methods to remove the stage fear, and finally, I joined Toastmasters. Toastmaster is a perfect example, perfect platform that implements the idea that was proposed by Dr. Anvesha Banerjee, a neuroscientist and a behavioral trainer, who proposed that how come if we make stage fright a habit? Now, what does that mean? Habit in neuroscience is defined as a task that is repeated regularly over a period of time and occurs substantially. We wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we make ourselves a coffee, we make our bed. Well, hopefully some of us do, but interestingly, we don't pay much attention to any of these things. It seems that it happens automatically while we think some more important things in our life. For example, how our day is gonna look like. Now, habit is formed in another region of a brain called basal ganglia. When we get in some new situation, we our brain gets hyperactivated. It takes time to deal with that situation, but when we put ourselves continuously or repeatedly in that situation, our brain gets lot less deactivated. Now, Toastmasters is like perfect. Does many things to help speakers a better leader, but it has a secret recipe, that is to learn by doing. Now, what if we get up on the stage first time, we will get stage fear. We get up on second time, we will still get stage fear. But what happens if we get up stage on 20th time? We will still get symptoms of stage fear. But what at that time our brain will say, hey, look, I have seen 19 times stage testing like speech delivery, speech content, eye contact with the lovely audience, etc., etc., etc. I still have stage frights. In fact, I have it right now, thinking how your predators might going to eat me up. But my brain is paying lot less attention to it. In fact, I'm focusing on how you all lovely audience are listening to me and like sitting in front of me. According to the research, 68.2% Toastmasters have become better speakers and leaders in last year. So in last, I just want to say that the risk is ubiquitous. It will always be there. But the more important thing is to speak more often. More importantly,
speak in front of large variety of crowds. Speak in front of Toastmaster in the Toastmasters meeting, family, at work, with your friends, family, everywhere. But don't tell this to yourself that this is something that you don't need it. Don't tell yourself that this is something that you can live without. Don't let this fear negatively reinforce you. When it comes to stage fear, don't get over it, get used to it. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Anushka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anusha. Even you actually brought forward some of my fears and ways that I can improve them. Thank you so much for that. So now I would like to ask the timers for the timings of the speakers, if both of them have qualified or not. Toastmaster Nikhil, Toastmaster Purnima.
Sure. Toastmaster Nikhil, can you please read out the timing for the first speaker? Okay, we can see the screen now.
So the screen is not clear. Can you just read out the timing of DTM Zahid? So
No, एक minute. Zahid Sheikh has taken, sir has taken 6 minutes 26 seconds.
okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay, and Toastmaster Anusha has taken 7 minutes 34 seconds, just just 4 seconds over the time limit, which happens all the time. So yeah, she is unfortunately disqualified. Yep.
Yeah, so since we only had 2 speakers, we won't be having voting for now. So moving forward, I would now like to call upon our guests for today and give a small introduction of themselves. So guest Sapna, can you please unmute yourself? Your voice is
usually I don't have a stage fear. Can you hear me?
You're not audible.
Your voice is really breaking. Sorry, can you just
Her voice really breaking. Sorry. So, wait, let me. I'll try to switch on the connection. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Tapna. I'm new to this community. Basically, originally I'm from MP and I have been in Mumbai since last 13 years. I'm married and there's a 6-year-old son. And I'm also working as a project manager with Informa Markets, which is a exhibition company. So I work for a cosmetic exhibition and I live in Andheri. The purpose of joining this community is basically to improve my communication and leadership skills. So I'm looking forward to doing that with the help of all the members. So I hope I'm welcome to the group. This is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sapna. You're more than welcome.
Thank you so much.
Sarvodaya, can you give your introduction, a brief introduction? Sarvodaya. Sarvodaya, can you give your brief introduction? Okay, I think he's not available here. So, and do we have any other guests? I don't think so.
Hello. Wait, he is on.
Okay, yes.
Hello.
Hello, yes, you are audible.
Good morning. I am Sarvodaya Sorapurkar and I belong to Nagpur. I am currently pursuing MBA Tech in Mechanical from Narsimunji Institute of Management. I am likely seeking to join the club soon with help of my friend Shubham Pasricha, who will tell me many things about the club and its advantages. And it's also very interesting, looking interesting to join the club and looking forward for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarvodaya. Even I'm from MBA Tech, doing MBA Tech. So yeah, it's glad to have a batchmate here, another batchmate here. Okay, so moving forward, now I have a small quiz for everyone here, for all the members. So, so I will now show childhood pictures of some of our club members, and you have to guess that who that member is. Okay, so here comes the first picture. Anyone can unmute themselves and speak. So you can anyone guess?
Purnima.
That's a DP. It's that is why this one was easy. Okay, so it's Purnima. So next is this.
Can you at least tell us which one of them are we supposed to guess?
Okay, so the rightmost one is a Toastmaster here with us.
Sanika, somehow?
Yes, who was that?
Shabra, I guess.
Oh, yes, it's Sanika. Yes, okay, next. The middle one is a Toastmaster here.
Shubham
Yes,
Pasricha.
Shubham. He even sent a picture for him to close up once. Okay, yes. Next, who is this? Anyone, any guesses is fine.
I don't know. I'm just guessing Anusha. Just guessing.
No, not Anusha.
Adriana Vaz.
Adriana.
Yes, Adriana.
Adriana, yeah.
How is that Adriana? Can we have a close up?
I'll send other pictures as well that she had sent. Okay. And who is this?
No.
Again, which one?
Again, which one?
Left one. Leftmost one.
Jinang.
Yes, Janang.
अरे हाँ बहुत ही professionally dressed है जिनांगी होगा.
Okay, this one is the
Muskan.
Muskan. That's the same face.
Cutest of all, honestly. Okay, so now the last one. So
that's you.
Girl over here is.
That's you.
No, that's not me. No.
Is that Anusha?
Yes, Anusha. Yes. Close, Anusha, Anushka.
Yeah, here also.
Yeah. Okay, so this is it. Yeah. So
where is you? Where is your picture?
I didn't add my picture. It would be obvious now that I would also be there. So yeah.
No worries. Maybe before the session ends, Anushka, you can share a picture. We'd like to see it.
I have to search for it, but yes, definitely. Okay, so now moving on to our next segment for today's meeting, I would now like to hand over the reins over to the general evaluator for today's meeting. The general evaluators and evaluators can be called as the father of a Toastmasters meeting. Now I'll tell you why I think that. They look over everyone in the meeting silently and never let us know that what is going on in their mind. But when the time comes for them to speak, they point out where we went wrong and guide us in the right direction. So the general evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster Srinivas. Just like he's also a veteran Toastmaster and a great investor, from what I have heard. Great, even so. Though he's an investor in stocks, I believe he's also a great investor in roles of at the AOTM meetings. Just like an investor who doesn't, buy and sell stocks every day, he does not take up a role in every meeting. But when he does, he rocks the meeting with his insights and his Demat account with his profits. Over to you, Toastmaster Srinivas. So you're on mute.
Thanks, Anushka. Really, it's for a wonderful introduction. I'm really glad, felt very happy. And very good afternoon, good morning to all of you, all Toastmasters of Andheri Orators Club and guests of this meeting. Today's evaluation, there are 2 speeches and 2 evaluators will give their report. And prior to going to the actually evaluation, I request Toastmaster Nikhil to give the timing guidelines for this evaluation session. Over to you, Nikhil.
Nikhil is not present actually.
I believe he's having some technical issues. The guidelines for the evaluator are 2 to 3 minutes. And Toastmaster Purnima, would you please help us by giving the same on chat, perhaps?
Sure. Yeah, no worries at all. I'll do that.
And 30 seconds of grace on outer side, right?
On either side, yeah.
On either side, okay.
Can I please request you all to just continue, just chat for a minute? I'll find the timer card quickly, actually. That'll be convenient.
That's great.
Okay.
We have sufficient time, 2 minutes we have. Please, Purnima, thanks for taking up this task. And Anushka, you made me father of this meeting. Really glad this is a role similar to father, very rightly said. And the topic family you have chosen for this meeting, that is also the theme. Entire meeting is going one of the topic DTM Jahid has taken similar to the family topic. And other. So
can someone, whoever it is, whether it's a guest or a member, can you guys share that how your equation with your family changed during the lockdown for better or worse? That's always a very interesting story. Anyone here? Oh, come on. You can be, honest here. No one is going to tell your family. Okay, so it looks like.
I would like to share.
Who's this?
Yes. I'm Sapna, guest.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So so the thing is like, my son was raised by my parents in MP, while both of us, my husband and me, were working here. So and we brought him in 2019 when he was 4 years old. So we were really struggling hard because of our work schedules to give him time. So when the lockdown came, I was under the impression that I'll be able to give him more time, more attention, but instead it went the other side because after the lockdown, there were speculations that we might not be having the jobs. My husband was like having a steady job, being in IT. He was overloaded with work, and he still is. But then me, under the pressure of like whether I'll be having my job safe or not, I was the aggression grew, and it all like I used to vent out all aggression towards the family and the child. But then later on, I realized that this is not going to help, and even it made my kid more aggressive also. So now things are on a positive side. I realized, like, although it was bit late because it was the initial period with my son, which I was having. So now, like after realizing my mistake, I give him more time. And although I have a lot of work pressure and also the uncertainty of the job, but still, I mean, I spend quality time with him. So this is all, yeah. So for me, lockdown was not a very good thing that has happened, because that was the for the first time I was working from home, not realizing how to take it up, because we are being monitored and all of that happens. So we didn't know like whether how the management would take it and all. Although the office is very cool, they are family, there is a work life balance, but then on my side I was not able to handle things well.
Yep. Actually, yeah, this lockdown has been an opportunity to connect. So thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. Am I clearly
Yes.
audible?
Yes,
Toastmaster of the
yes.
day, can you? Okay, yeah, cool.
Yes.
So I'm going to share my screen and you can introduce the first evaluator. So
Okay,
I'm just,
great.
yeah.
Thanks, Purnima. And today's first evaluator, Farihas, she'll be evaluating the speech given by DTM Jahid Sheikh. Her hobbies are reading and listening to music. She is a student pursuing her engineering and joint Toastmaster to improve speaking skills. Fariha, over to you.
Just one second, general evaluator. Toastmaster Nikhil, I'm sharing the timer cards this time, okay? Because your screen is also actually not clear. So can you please stop sharing? I'll share it. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know when it's visible.
Yes, it is visible. Fariha, I hope you are here. It's timing 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Yes, yes. So I'll show the green card when it is 2 minutes. I'll show the yellow card when it's 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card will be 3 minutes.
Okay, over to you.
Shall I begin?
Yes.
Yes.
Most respected Toastmasters, dear guests, and most importantly, DTM Zahid Sheikh, good morning to all. I am Fariha here, and my role for today is as an evaluator to provide my feedback for DTM Zahid's speech. DTM Zahid, what a wonderful speech that was. It truly deserved a standing ovation. Starting with the title of the speech, Someone Up There Likes You. The title itself is so intriguing and grabbed our attention from the very beginning. I'm sure the choice of your words captivated the audience too. Excuse me. I'll have to um, you started with your college life and how you married the love of your life, which is certainly a dream come true. When you mentioned you were blessed with children, you also added how the responsibility of your family was now on you. You must have burned your candles at both ends to provide for your family. Your speech was enlightening when you provided glimpses from your life of the birth of your granddaughters. It truly was a heartwarming instance. I felt the excitement in your voice when you mentioned you will be meeting your granddaughters soon. And I'm sure all of our hearts are filled with the warmth and fuzziness that the ubiquitous love of a family provides. You progressed through the past to the present time of your life, smoothly giving examples throughout. The end was nicely tied to the opening of the speech. Usage of great vocabulary and marvelous word pictures, such as usage of the word jubilation, was noted. However, like every other speech, there are points to note for betterment. You are certainly a highly experienced Toastmaster. Here are my personal points that I think would have made the speech flow better. Including hand gestures would help the audience be engaged throughout. An increment in vocal variety would also be appreciated. You excelled at ensuring the flow of emotions from your end to the audience. Your speech left us on a high. Personally, it made me miss my family and made me wish I could see them sooner. On that note, I conclude my evaluation. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, thanks, Toastmaster Fariha Sheikh. And next evaluator of the second evaluator, Shipra Seth. Shipra Seth, Toastmaster Shipra Seth will be evaluating the speech given by Anusha Gupta. Shipra is a retail buyer. She loves dancing, cooking, and painting. She joined Toastmasters to improve her communication skills. Yes, it is a right platform for improving communication skills. Over to you, Shipra.
Thank you. Thank you so much, channel evaluator. A very good morning, my fellow
Is she going to
Toastmasters.
share the screen?
Yes, Purnima will share the screen.
I am sharing the screen. Is it visible to all?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Purnima.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah. A very good morning to all my fellow Toastmasters, my dear guests, and a very special good morning to Toastmaster Anusha. What a great pleasure of evaluating you. You are such an eloquent speaker. So you held us, all of us, with our fears of stage fright. Maybe you took us on a journey of how we can battle and combat our fears. Starting on with you had such a eloquent and you had such a beautiful presentation to take us through. People say a picture says more than 1,000 words. You had a beautiful collection of pictures that you took us through. I really liked how you opened your speech on a very good question to ponder on. I really liked the vocal variety and the gestures that you used on the presentation, on your presentation skills. I would really love to understand how you took us through this amazing pictures and how you eloquently said all these words. I loved how you aesthetically, how your presentation was beautiful and how you started and concluded your speech. However, like every speech has some or the other points to improve on. So I would not say it was a really hard for me to find any of those, but seeing the today timing, we can definitely work on the pacing of the speech. You were just over by 4 seconds, so it made me really sad that I couldn't vote you for the best speaker today. So I would like to end my speech on end my evaluation on the front that you could work on pacing your speech and timing your speech really well in advance. It shows us that how structured and well prepared you are for the meeting. I would also recommend you to work on the towards having a constant and a vocal variety of the speech. Thanks a lot, and I would love to hear more speeches from you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Shipra. Yes, stage fear is ubiquitous. Maybe if required, one has to burn the candle on both sides to come over it. Yes, For a father, the eyes and ears for evaluation are tag team. Tag team now general evaluation timer Purnima is doing. I request Purnima to give the timer report.
Sure. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So Toastmaster Fariha, who was the first evaluator, took 2 minutes 54 seconds. While our second evaluator, Toastmaster Shipra, took 2 minutes 12 seconds. So both our evaluators have qualified. Over to you.
Great. Thank you, Purnima. I think both are qualified. We can have voting for them. May I request the accounter of the day today, Sanika, to give your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. For my counter report,
Sorry to interrupt, but can we have the voting first? Shall I launch the vote?
You can launch, it can parallelly go, I think. We need not wait.
Sorry for the interruption.
no problem. So TMOD Anushka had 4 hours, 1 1 crutch sound, so total of 6. Timer Nikhil Shah had 4 hours, that is total of 4. Grammarian Asta had 6 hours, and yeah, that is total of 6. Then speaker 1 Zahid Sheikh had 3 hours and 1 crutch sound. Fariha Sheikh, our first evaluator, had 2 hours, 1 that is total of 3. Speaker 2 Anusha Gupta had 1 hour, 1 2 crutch sounds, that makes total of 4. Evaluator 2 Shipra had 5 hours, 1 and 1 crutch sound, that makes total of 6. Our general evaluator Srinivas had 8 hours, that makes total of 8. And our listening master as yet has 1 hours and 1 that makes total of 2. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Toastmaster Sanika, for this report. And may I request Toastmaster Asta Dalal to give her report, grammarian report.
Yes, thank you, General Evaluator. So the examples of good usage were poetically named and given a chance to live life again. And one example of incorrect usage was see them sooner. That could have been see them soon. And the word of the day was used 3 times up till now by speaker 1 Anusha, by evaluator Fariha, and by general evaluator. Thank you.
Thanks. And sorry, it's time for me to give the general evaluator report. Exactly at 11 dot, Sergeant Arms Rohit has started the meeting, set the tone, and presiding officer Adriana has set the meeting with by introducing the family word, the theme of the day, and the meetings went on time. TMOD started and introduced the topic. Next, sorry. The speakers also have completed the timing on time, speeches on time. There are few things to note. Timer, actually there are technical glitches. We should focus on reducing this. Whoever actually very familiar with using the timer, technically sharing the report, that can be actually given a thought to it. The letters are not visible in the timer, whatever it is shared, that may be given a thought for it. Next thing is initial in the first, in the team body has introduced the guests, asked the guests after the speeches, and the theme family, she has a little time in the beginning before the speeches. She could have used the time for actually giving more inputs on family topic. Yeah, I think today induction session is not there. That means there are no new members for this week in this meeting. There should have been a standing ovation after the icebreaker speech by TTM Jahid Sheikh. That is missing. This can be taken care next time. Otherwise, uh, speakers, evaluators have done their role very well. Special thanks to Purnima Thakur, who has actually volunteered and tried to moderate the situation wherever the technical glitches have come in. And I observed that during one of the speakers, evaluators speech, there is outside noise. That is, I think, uncontrollable, beyond her control. But take care of this by closing the doors to actually next time to make the speech more focused. Otherwise, my report ended. Thanks. Over to you, TMOD, Anushakana.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Srinivas. We will definitely keep these points in mind that you have just mentioned. So moving forward, I think now is the time to call upon our listening master for today. So continuing with the theme of today's meeting, I think listening master is an elder annoying sibling of the family. So I'll tell you why I think that, and I have a very reasonable explanation for that. Just like elder siblings, so I'm a younger sibling, so I can relate to it very much. Just like elder siblings who know slightly more than us, like who have slightly more knowledge than us, but in our case here, the listening master who is slightly more alert than us, they think that they know everything in the world, and then they ask us questions which are slightly more difficult for us to answer than it would be for them. So they ask us such questions in front of our parents, and then they make us look bad. So that is why they are the annoying elder siblings. For today's meeting, our listening master is Purnima Thakur. When I asked her for an introduction, all she said, and I quote, was, "Surname hi kafi hai. My surname is only enough." Mentor for many, friend for all, and even a career advisor for some. Over to you, listening master Purnima Thakur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Anushka, for saying exactly what I wanted you to say about me. You'll receive the check soon. All right, perfect. So, first of all, this is like a very fun session. So, can I please request you all to switch on your cameras if you haven't done it? Trust me, I have the worst laptop camera in the history of time, but I've still done it. So, I want people to kind of help me here. Janang, Abhinav, Adriana, Sapna, Sarvodev, anyone, please, if you could turn on your camera.
I really have bad network today, so if I
No
turn on the
worries.
camera, my call will drop.
It's okay, Janang. I know you're working on the side. It's fine. You don't have to lie.
No.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know once it is visible so that we can begin. So before I start, what does a listening master do? So like Anushka said, thank you so much for that, by the way, that I'm an annoying sibling of the family, but that's actually true even for my real family. So I guess that's cool. So what a listening master really does is that I'm going to test whether you all were actually paying attention in the meeting, or were you just listening, slightly and then working on the side like Janang is doing right now. So that's why this session is conducted. Okay, this is fun session, and I would just request. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to pick out a person and ask the question. I know I'm very mean that way. And if that person is unable to answer, then anyone else can answer. But please do not start shouting the answers ek baar mein. And the questions are extremely simple because, it was a hard time. Even had to keep listening, right? So, okay. All right. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes.
Perfect. So the first question is, okay, so basically, when Toastmaster Adriana was talking about family, she was describing what a family means. She said, family is dash in the cold weather. So can I please request the first person I suspect is not listening at all, Jinang, to say? And there's a hint, there's an icon, so I guess it's easy. Family is dash in the cold weather.
Warmth.
Ah, correct. You were
Yeah.
listening.
I was listening.
Okay. All right, then why don't you answer the second one? Family is the dash when we fall abruptly.
Seatbelt.
That's because it's made there, okay? All right. Okay, thank you, Janang, for that. Next question. So, what was the, I hope I got the picture right. What was the name of the TV serial that Toastmaster Anushka's mother used to watch during lockdown? So, I'm going to ask this question to DTM Zahid Sheikh.
I guess he's not in the meeting.
He's not in the meeting. Okay. Then can I ask this question to, let's see, Toastmaster Srinivas?
Sorry, I'm poor in watching these serials. I didn't notice what she said because.
Okay. Okay, no worries. So, anyone else?
Yes,
Except the person who
Yes.
said.
Anupama.
Okay, correct. That's correct. All right. Next question. So, fill in the family equivalent of the following Toastmasters role, which Toastmaster Anushka said as the Toastmaster of the day. Anyone can answer this. Just don't, like, everyone don't talk at the same time. So, yeah. First, tag team. What is tag team according to? How does the tag team fit in the entire Toastmaster family?
Mother.
Anyone? Correct. Who was that? Who was that who gave the answer?
Hello.
Yeah.
One who answered.
Okay,
What did
okay.
she say? What did she say?
Mother. So tag team is like the mother of the family. Okay. Who is the general evaluator then?
Father.
That's correct. And finally, who's the listening master?
Elder sibling.
Thank you for not using the word annoying. Okay. Moving on. What is Toastmaster Nikhil's business related to? So you've got 4 options, and just tell me which is the correct one. So this question goes to Toastmaster Rohit.
Decorations.
Sorry?
Decorations, washroom or vehicle decoration.
It's washroom decorations. That's correct. Thank you. Okay, what kind of music does Toastmaster Asta like? The picture is the biggest clue of all. And this question goes to Toastmaster Adriana.
I'm still trying to understand what is this image. I don't know, maybe like Coke Studio songs?
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Next. Okay. So this is something I'm asking because I noticed that no one used it. So our very able I mean the grammarian of the day said quoted an idiom. So can someone tell me what that idiom was? And do not look at the chat, please, and tell me what it means. So quickly, let me ask this question to Toastmaster Anushka. Why not you? What was the idiom of the day, and what does it mean?
I honestly don't remember.
Oh, that's bad.
I do remember. Can I tell?
Yeah, go ahead, Rohit.
Burn candles from both sides, both ends, like that. Burn candles from both ends.
Burning the candles on both ends. That mean working hard day and
Working
night.
hard, like yes.
I think 2 have used this in this meeting.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. But okay, good. Thank you. Okay. What is DTM Zahid's son and daughter's name? Anyone who wants to answer can just answer. So you can.
Ghazal and Galib.
Yes, fantastic.
Oh God.
MMB college.
Yeah, it's got Mitbai in its name. That's what I know.
Toastmaster Purnima, I guess you're not audible. No.
Is not so strict. Toastmaster Purnima,
Purnima, you can try removing the headset and then try.
Purnima, you try.
Okay, so
I guess she left and she'll be rejoining, but we can.
yes, has left the meeting for now.
Yes, for now.
So shall we move forward or should we wait for her or something? Till the time she comes back, we can have the voting for the best big three, sorry. Yes. And till the time voting is going on, can I have a feedback from the guest today in our meeting? Guest Sapna, can you give a feedback of how, if you like the meeting and how would you want to come back here and anything like that?
Yeah, hi. I really like this session very much. And in fact, I would love to be a part of it in the future as well. So as long as the team is okay having me here, I would definitely would want to come back every week. And yeah, these are things actually I was looking for, the kind of I mean, the mission which Toastmasters has. So that is something I was looking at, like improving my communication skills, my leadership skills, and having like by being a good orator. So all of these things I was looking forward to, and I think I have found the right platform after so long. So yeah, thank you for having me here.
Yes, we would love for you to join our club.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Anushka, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I'll just one question was remaining, so I'll share my screen and I'll talk from here. Okay. All right. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So my question was, what was DTM Zahid Sheikh's college's full name? Anyone?
It was Meethi College.
Yeah, but can you elaborate that full name in case?
No, I couldn't.
Okay. DTM Zahid sir, is he there in the meeting? No. All right. So the full name of the college was Srimati Mithibai Motiben Kundanani College of Commerce and Economics. Yeah, I had to write it down too. So it was not an easy question. Okay. And our final question. So based on the presentation given by Toastmaster Anusha, what is the fear of public speaking called? This is easy. Sorry?
Claustrophobia.
That's correct. All right, so that is the end of the listening master session. And I sincerely apologize for the network trouble, but it was really fun being your listening master. And thank you so much for listening in the meeting really carefully and giving all the answers. And thank you, Timod, Anushka Khanna. You've done a great job. Over to you.
Thank you, Purnima. So now we can have the polling for the best aux player. Yes. Okay. In the meantime, can we have our guest? I think he has left the meeting for now. Okay, so he has left the meeting for now. No problem. Can any of the new
We do
members?
have guests, Sarvodaya. He is there at least.
He's there.
I
Oh,
can...
okay, he's there. I'm so sorry. Sarvodaya, hello. Can you give us a feedback if you like the meeting, or what if you would like to join our club, or would like to come back next week or something like that? Sarvodaya?
Hello.
Yes, I definitely would like to come back for another meeting. Actually, my friend told me there would be some table topic for speaking, so I actually joined for that. And last week also, last week I also had to join the meeting, but due to some, I had to go somewhere, so that's why I could not join. So maybe next week I join again and then join the club for next week.
Toastmaster of the day, sorry, this is just a suggestion from my side. If we have just 2 minutes to spare, can we give him a table topic? I mean, because we would love to hear him talk.
I believe we do have some time, so we can do that. But I don't have any topic, so if you are comfortable.
Toastmaster Adriana, would you be kind enough to please give him a topic?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about a person whom you've made your family but is not directly related to you by blood? So a person who is your family but not a family as such. A person who is
A
your family
person.
but not related by blood. So not like your mother, father, but someone
Okay.
whom you call family. And could you just tell about how that person has come to be your family and things like that? So yeah.
Okay, so I've got a friend of mine whom I met in class 5th, and we were there for just for 2 years. But after that, in 7th class, I changed my school, and he also, because of his father's transfer, he had transferred to Mumbai. But in recent years, we have met many times, and we had been talking on phone very many times. And his and my means friendship is like just like brothers, you can say that we belong from very far away, but we talk a lot, and the topics may vary from many things. And he's just like my family, like I can share with him many things which I cannot share with my family, and he also shares many things which he cannot share with anyone else. So he's just like a member. Means the topic you said, actually cannot say the name. What did you say? That a member who is not not in family but is like family. I can define him as that member. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, guest Sarvodaya. I totally agree with you. Even my roommates, for me, are my family. Like, we have been roommates for 4 years, and over the time, they have become my family. So yeah, totally agree with you on that. So moving forward, we are ready with our certificates and with our results, basically. So Toastmaster Rohit, can you share the screen with the certificates?
Wait a minute.
Yes, yes.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes. The screen is visible.
Okay, start.
Yes. So starting with the best evaluator for today. So the best evaluator award for today's meeting goes to Toastmaster Shifra Seth. Next award is best Ox role player. So this award goes to Toastmaster Purnima Thakur. Moving forward, the best role player for today, big three, would be me. Yeah, thank you. And finally, the best speaker for today, since Toastmaster Anusha got disqualified, so it would be DT and Zahid Sheikh. So kudos to you. Okay, so now since today is a business meeting, so we will be having moments of truth today. So I would request the guests to please leave the meeting for now, as this will be a members only session. So Toastmaster Sahil will connect with the guests later on separately. Okay, so I don't think so there are any more guests now.
Hi, Anusha. Just sorry to interrupt. I know Sapna. I have Sapna's number, but if Sarvodaya can just connect with me offline or just ping me his number, so I don't have his number.
Sarvodaya, I think, just exited, but Shubham has, recommended him. So I
Okay.
think we can find the connection.
Okay, I will speak with Shubham then. Yeah.
Sapna, can you please leave the meeting for now? Yes, okay. So now we will start with the MOT session. So I would now like to call upon the MOT coordinator for today, Ma. That's what she is called. Wait, not mother. Well, that would be equally true and aptly fitting for our theme today as well. Because she's indeed our mother. In fact, a mother of two successful children, Santa Cruz Toastmasters Club and Andheri Orators Toastmasters Club, each of which have completed all their 10 PCP goals. Circling back to the start, I was referring to her as Ma, cinema, because she's all shades dramatic, protective yet feisty, a bit old by age, but so much younger by her mind and heart. I could literally bet she'll beat any of us when it comes to keeping up with technology and latest trends. And at times, even PlayStations. She's none other than our area director and MOT coordinator for today, Toastmaster Sunita Vinod. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anushka. I think you guys do the best introduction. I'm going to keep coming here to Andheri Orators. But I have two more kids, Talking Tree Club and Ultratech. I'm not Sauteli Ma to them. I take care of them as well. And I would like to say that all my children are successful. Well, for a moment, I was like, my kids are still young. Which successful kids are you talking about? I'm like, okay. So yes, I get it. I'm more than happy to be here. And I was happy to, I was first trying to figure out whether I should take this up, but then Adriana convinced me to be the coordinator for MOT. So I can see that, it was at my lucky number 13, but now it's 14 members in the room, which is good enough. And now what is the MOT? Moments of Truth. It's nothing but a platform where we are allowing the members to get to know how well the club is doing and what is it that we can still change and add to make the club become better. This is not as popularly people would like to believe an XCOM bashing event. It is in fact to commend them for what they have done so far and how they can also become better. Because at the end of it, Toastmasters is nothing but a communication and leadership skill place where you can learn both. And being an XCOM is a step closer to becoming a leader because you learn a lot of leadership skills by being an XCOM. So it is only to learn and nothing else. And Moments of Truth is a step where we very openly tell them what we like and how we would also like to make this better. So in person, what we would do is there are 6 parameters that we do Moments of Truth on, which is first impression, there's membership orientation, fellowship variety and communication, program planning and meeting organization, membership strength, and achievement recognition. These are the 6 parameters that we sections that we actually do the moments of truth in, and each of the section further have 5 to 6 questions, and they are answered on a scale of 1 to 5. When we meet in person, we divide whoever is attending the meeting into 6 groups, and they all come to consensus and mark accordingly on a scale of 1 to 5. But now, since we do not have the liberty of doing that, and we didn't want to break into 6 breakout rooms, that becomes a little chaotic to take care of, what we did was we sent out the Google form before. I believe most of you have filled the Google form, and that's why you are part of this meeting also right now. And so what now happened is each of you have sent in your idea of how to rate your club, right? So the only way it's possible for me is to take out average of that and then give a point to each of this, right? So I will just, one second, just quickly share my screen. Am I co-host? Can somebody just make me co-host so that I can just quickly share my screen?
You can share your screen actually.
Okay, fine. Cool. Are you all able to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I've just collated all the questions on the left, okay? And these are the average. Now what I've done is, as per whatever I got on the Google form, I've taken all of them on Excel and I've averaged them out. And the way I've scored them after that is anything which is more than 4.5 or 3.5, whichever way, a halfway mark over is rounded off to the larger number, and halfway mark lower is rounded off to the lower number. So that's how this is done. To each question, I've put in the average scores over here, and towards the side, I've put in the total scores. Now, the whole idea of Moments of Truth is to only then further on discuss for suggestions with the members present, wherever you get 3 and lower. And I'm more than happy to say, if you see the total over here, you have not received 3 or lower for any points at all. So I guess you all can just clap for yourselves for the fact that the members and XCOM are in sync so far. So please do congratulate yourself for this, because this is a big feat. Because what happens is, usually in Moments of Truth, there are a lot of discrepancy in the way some members perceive what XCOM is doing or what they think how they are being treated. But here overall, if I see, everyone has almost in sync. The only 2 places where I think, so I know that this then happens to be 3 and lower discussion, but I would still suggest that we should still go ahead and discuss at least some. So now I'm just going to show you. Now there are, at some places, 1 or 2 people have marked something as 3. Okay, but I would like to pick up where maximum people have marked 3. 8 people have marked 3 on something called as our Toastmasters sponsoring new members recognized, and 7 of them have marked 3 for in achievement recognition, our progress chart displayed and maintained. Now these are 2 sections where I think maximum number of your members are a little unhappy about. What one is, when your existing members bring in a new member, the member who has brought in a new member or helped to bring in a new member, that member is not recognized, is what the concern is over here. And the second concern over here for achievement recognition is that the progress chart displayed is not maintained. If anyone over here would like to come ahead and speak for at least 2 minutes, I would also suggest the timer to time that 2 minutes. And if anyone can give an instant suggestion on how would you want this to be taken ahead? I mean, what do you think? How should the members be recognized? What would make you feel that you are being recognized? What is it that the XCOM can do? If you can say that in 2 minutes, whatever suggestions you have. I'm inviting any non-XCOM members to do this, because it would not be correct for the XCOM members to suggest themselves what they can be doing. So anybody over here who would like to give a suggestion on what can be done? Any members? Toastmaster Nikhil, would you like to have a suggestion for how the XCOM can help in recognizing members? Do you think a creative being sent out would suffice, or
May I say something if no
yes,
one is
Purnima?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I think that the club has been doing this well. For example, last week we did have this kind of section in the end where if there were members who were trying to go to other clubs or other international clubs rather to take up some roles or speak, they were recognized, and this is something which is not done in any club, mostly generally. So I think this has but maybe what I feel is that after every meeting, or maybe once in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like how we send our minutes of meetings, so maybe we can send out a communication with acknowledging these members, and maybe showing the same thing on social media might help as well. I mean, these are the only two things I can think of, because honestly I feel that our club they do take initiatives to recognize members, but just to make that process more visible to everyone else, maybe share the communication like we do with the minutes of meeting, and maybe put it more on social media and kind of publicize it. That's
Okay.
my suggestion. Yeah.
Sounds like a good, solid suggestion, which an action that can be taken immediately. Anybody else would like to speak on why aren't the progress charts being displayed? As in, do you want your individual charts to be displayed? Sorry. Or are you wanting to see the progress chart of all the members so that you can get into the competitive spirit and try to do more? What is the idea of what kind of progress charts would you like? How often would you like? Do you think a weekly update showing in Excel or sharing would do good? Or would you like it fortnight, monthly, month end to just show the graph of each contest, each member? Rohit, would you like to say something? I think since we are very less people, I would also take suggestions from XCOM members, because since these are the only 2 points where I see that there are members who feel otherwise.
Yeah, can I come in?
Yes, Sam, please.
So, see, I really want to know exactly what progress chart they want, because as far as the club is concerned, for example, once we achieved DCP points, that we had shared the same on the club group. Uh, Sanchit becoming the assistant area director was again put up on the club group. So, do you guys want a club a thing or individual thing, so that we can work upon it? Because then, we don't want to then uh, get into like, you're not giving us this or you're not giving us that. So it will be helpful for us if, as Sunita said, you want a individual thing and a club thing, or in that sense. So I mean, I'm open to taking. I'm open on, like, the XCOM is open to taking suggestions. So please let us know. I mean, this is the time to let us know, because then we will accordingly plan our the reporting and everything, in terms of, because if Sanchit has to do for educational programs, there are right now we have 35 members. So all 35 members he has to collate and do. It's a task. So in terms of what is the, so we can actually schedule, so once in 2 weeks we can do something like that. So just I mean, this is just an example. Yeah, people can just just give us certain ideas or something like that.
I just want to start here, and then maybe others can just give in their ideas. So the way I see it, you're right, Toastmaster Sahil, that we need to understand whether people want individual results, or do they want, only, for themselves or everyone. So I think a good way to go about it is, so we already have a shared, shared drive. We have on the Google Sheets, we have everything. I think the way our club has organized every single tab with information is exemplary. What we can do as a next step is a lot of goes into tracking your DCP points, right? That you have to finish this criteria, these members have to finish these education levels, all of that. So maybe in a tab, so I know there are membership details in one tab, right? But maybe we can create a new one where we are just mentioning that, okay, if it is Toastmaster Purnima Thakur, how many levels has she completed till now? And just like either write the name of the level or maybe just put a green bar, like, we can make different columns for level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and just put a green bar on whichever level I am on. So we can do that for all the members, and maybe the editing rights for this tab alone can be given to the members, so that Sanchit or Adriana, they don't have to spend their time doing all the work themselves. So that way I will get one concise view, seeing where my other peers are and where I am and where I need to improve. Similarly, we can have another column for number of parts completed. So all of that will help me also understand where I'm, and where my other friends are, to kind of get that sense of competition. And I would also encourage the members here to please access the shared sheet, because I have seen that so much work goes into it, but there are rarely members who go there. I'm not saying all, but there are some. So yeah, just a suggestion there as well. This is what I think. Anyone else can come in and we can discuss this.
Yeah, hi, Sinang here. I actually had a quick question and a suggestion. So when we talk about progress charts, right? So like even Sahil said, so if you're looking at individual progress, I would interpret this as not just the levels and the projects, but more like, what is probably the end goal of the members, like, whoever is joining Toastmasters, that how they are progressing in reaching their goal. And again, we are a big group. So what I would suggest is probably, members who are probably really interested in tracking their trajectory of their progress, probably working with their mentors and the VP education, they can have a kind of a customized, not a customized program, but something to track their progress, and that can be shared individually with each member. Probably out of say a group of 35, say 5 or 6 people want to closely monitor their progress in terms of how they are doing to achieve their end goal of maybe improving their vocabulary, or being better on their body language front, or whatever it is, and then track that as they progress through their various speeches. And this is again could be completely voluntary, based on who wants to do it. So I understand it would be like a lot of work, but probably that could be something that could really add a lot of value to each member or whoever volunteers for that.
So that's a very good suggestion, Janang, and I'll just extend your point there, saying that members, that's why the mentor-mentee thing exists. So if you are concerned about your individual progress in terms of any other parameters, like Janang suggested, like vocabulary, how am I speaking, how am I doing my role? So this is exactly where you have to use this mentor-mentee thing to your full advantage and connect with them. So it's because there's only so many things a VP education, a president, or the other ExCom members can do, right? So I think for the other parameters, what Janang said is absolutely spot on. They can have their own customized discussion and plan, but this needs to be done with the mentor. And if the mentor is unable to help, then yes, you can then reach out to others who you feel will be able to guide you better. Any more suggestions? What do you think, Adriana, Sanchit? Anyone?
Hi, Purnima. Hi, everybody. I would like to, I'm Shukra. I would like to add a point in this, extending on the idea of maintaining a Google Sheet. We can also make a column of achievement in terms of what everybody has been doing in terms of participating into other competitions, in participating into other clubs. So can we all can know that what everybody is at, and we can also take a hint and direction where to go forward from that. So it always comes uplifting, and always in terms of seeing where our other peers are. So that could be one of, I'm just thinking it loud, but I mean that can one way to go about it.
Yep, noted.
That's good. Anyone else want to chip in, add in? It's as informal as possible. speak now or forever or hold your peace. It will be like that then. Speak now. Another thing that I have seen certain clubs do, like you all mentioned that you all want to see, I think it always helps if you share a spreadsheet as in where your, the other members are also, how fast they're growing or what they're doing. Also, sometimes what we do is to increase the attendance or anything, we have these kind of Toastmaster of the month who has to attend all meetings, give at least one speech, do pick up two roles. Maybe you can push these kind of things. Also keep a track on their outside activities, outside clubs. Okay, Purnima took a GE outside club on this Sunday or next Monday, and Rohit became SA for another demo meet or something. Anusha did something. So if we keep putting that also as a spreadsheet chart, it will always help. Yes, these are additional extra work, but the only way even the VP education can track this is if you are going to let them know that this is what you did. On a weekday, I did this. So I think each member has to track what they're doing and how they are doing it also, so that then the XCOM members can further share the same. Unless you don't do it, they can't. Yes, mentor-mentee relationship is where you can break this down, because it might be difficult for Sanchit to keep seeing the progress, but a mentor should know where the mentee is. Have you finished level 2? Have you finished level 3? Which project are you on? That then can be the contact point for Sanchit. Sanchit can contact the mentors instead of connecting with 35 members. It's easy for him to connect with 10 mentors. So if mentors can step up and take this plan of, tracking where the educational goals are and what their mentees are doing, and then give that report to Sanchit, that might work better than Sanchit tracking 35 members on a daily basis or a weekly basis. It might be easier. That is one suggestion that I look at after listening to you all. So that's called Inception, taking points from your points. And I think that might work also easy. And another thing is, not every mentor that you assign is well averse from with respect to everything that is required in speaking. Like, not everyone is good at all, like voice modulation, body language, and writing, vocabulary. So that I would suggest, Sanchit and Adriana, that you guys should suggest from your pool of 35 members who has the best vocabulary and who would be the best mentor to teach somebody for body language, or who would be the best mentor. And let's not even restrict to your 35 members. Reach out. If you think outside you have seen some Toastmasters who might be able to guide somebody specifically much better on voice modulation or body language, or how to use the screen space, whether it's online, offline, then identify those members, ask them, reach out to mentors outside your club also. Don't restrict yourself, because other than that, you will not learn anything new unless you don't reach out outside. You give the opportunity for your existing members to become mentors, but it's also helpful to reach out, because you learn new things and you can get new things. So if like you said, if you want to know, like Janang was suggesting, that if we are sharing progress chart, or let's ask members, what is it that you want? Why did you join Toastmasters? If someone is specifically saying that I want to improve my vocabulary, find that person who can help them with vocabulary and say that, okay, so once your mentor clears your speech and it's good to go, also get in touch with this person who can probably further help you with vocabulary. So find such people. I think that can also work. I'm also just thinking out loud, taking points from your pointers and adding in as and when. So if this sounds good, you all can also note it, and I'm also noting it down so that I can put it in notes. Yeah, so I guess these are the 2 points that we specifically had. Anybody has anything more to say?
Just wanted to add to what you said, Sunita, that actually the Toastmaster of the month and the recognition for what our members are doing outside the club, they were being done. But I think not all of the members, so maybe they didn't attend those meetings when it happened, or maybe they weren't checking the groups. But I can say, since I did see those efforts, But yeah, maybe we should publicize it more, and whatever suggestions you have given in terms of the VP education connecting with mentors instead of individual members, all of that is extremely organized and systematic suggestion, and something we should definitely do. So yeah, I just wanted to summarize this. Yeah, so thank you.
Let it trickle down like that. Don't make the XCOM members' life miserable. They will never become XCOM members again. So I think members need to chip in. So if you are mentor, then you are responsible for your mentees and give the information to VP Ed. Don't wait for VP Ed to do everything. Don't wait the president to do everything. See, one thing I would like to tell each one of you is that all of us are doing all of this for free. We are doing this for the love of learning. We are doing this because we want to groom people and be groomed and learn. So I think we should respect everyone's efforts and time that they are putting in, because all of this is because they are willingly doing this. It's a service that they are doing for free. So we should respect that and learn from it and help to make their life easy, chip in. Just because you're not a buddy or you're not an XCOM doesn't mean you can't go out of your way and help somebody. Do that. Make other people's life easy so that next time when you're in XCOM, even your life is easy. So I think that's the only way for a club to survive. So let's help each other. And Andheri Orators, for one, is somebody I never had to choose for anything. You guys are just on steroids perpetually. Right from the beginning, I've seen you all are winning everything, almost everything. So so I don't see why you all don't want to extend that help to each other. You are a close knit, it's like a family. So I don't see why that can't happen. So yeah, I guess more or less those are the only two that I could touch upon. But in spite of that, if there is anything else you guys want to touch upon, we can, and I can then quickly wrap up. Anything else anyone wants to bring notice to? Because you can read here. I didn't want to go reading. So now if you can see, all of these points have been assigned their scores, and everything looks good for you all. The only place that I even went ahead in spite of it being 4 to discuss was because maximum number of people had given a 3. Like there were 8 people over here and 7 people over here who had given a 3, and that's why I discussed. Otherwise, I don't even have to discuss any points from the MOT point of view, because we only discuss whatever has 3 and less. Anything else you all want to add?
Can I say something?
Yes, please, Sanjay.
Yeah. So as for the progress tracker, we have a common Google Sheet which was primarily being used as a slot register for booking slots. But right now we are also trying to include other things. So for example, we have a member progress tracker, and we are also planning to include that a tracker for level completions and path completions, and for a sheet for maintaining a list of members participating in other clubs. But the problem is, as you said, it becomes difficult to track when members participate in other clubs because sometimes they do not inform.
Yes.
So we will need the members also to let us know, or they can themselves fill it in the sheet. So even others can get to see what.
No, actually, I wouldn't suggest that everybody should fill it, because then you won't be able to cross-check, right? So I think informing and one person editing it would be great. I mean, that's my suggestion. Not that we would want to track it that way. No one would lie. But yeah, so I think, at the end of it, no, it's like that, right? We are all kids in any ways. You want to be, you want to see what your friends are doing, and then accordingly jump in the same train or jump in the same gadi, do the same things, or do better. So I think we all like to know where each other are. So progress charts display, I think, is a great thing. The tracker display is a great thing, and I suggest that you guys should do it. See, making all this available from the XCOM is essential. Whether the members are viewing it or no, it's on them, right? You can't make everyone do. But yes, but as XCOM members, if there are suggestions and if there are things that members think that you should be displaying or sharing, I think we should do it. As XCOM, we should keep it all transparent. so that they can view it. Whether they view it or not, then it's on them.
Can I say something?
Yes, Rohit.
Actually, those who are participating in other clubs, we can offer some awards to them so they can tell club that they are attending somewhere.
So I think this was brought up earlier. We have been planning to release the Toastmaster of the month for quite a long time, but again the problem is tracking all the criteria. So this is actually being planned since Adriana's time, but there are 6 criterias in that, and it becomes difficult tracking this for each member. So we are trying to do that as well.
On that note, like just a pure suggestion, considering the informal nature of this session, would it help? So the way it is to work earlier during speech slots, the VPE of one club would coordinate with the VPE of the other. That a particular member is looking for a speech slot or an evaluation slot. On similar lines, so as to do this, like with Shubham, who was very active even internationally, as to tell him to drop in a message from the VP of that club where he's participated in a role or given a speech. So if you could just ask members to do this from their end, it could help us in tracking. So as soon as we get a message, we can immediately update the tracker. It'll become like a verification of sorts as well. And since they intend to be like rightly said by Sanita Purnima as well, it should be like member initiated to a great extent as well. So they could probably have that recognition tracked accordingly. So we could look into that.
Also adding to that, members can also, if the VP of the other club does not respond, you can just send a screenshot of your conversation with them and just put it to Sanchit or Adriana, for that you have participated in so and so club and this is the screenshot of the same. So that also will suffice. I believe that's also a quick way to do it if the VP of the other club does not respond or does not drop a message.
Yeah, and like it's not even supposed to be like you'll need to like keep a track. But whenever you'll attend that meeting in person, it'll really just take a minute probably for the members to just anything, even like a meeting picture, and they just need to tell, hey, attended this meeting, this was the role I picked up, like as simple as that. And the more easier we make it for them, the more they'll be willing to share that information. To be very honest, accessibility is the only key in terms of even for the very fact, like the members attending today, we are less than half, to be honest. Our numbers change with every meeting, and what the issue that arises is it's online now, so it depends again on accessibility in terms of, okay, some people don't have network, some people are traveling, they'll not be able to do it. So the more easier we make it for them through various ways, the more receptive they'll be towards such changes and such processes. So I think we should kind of target on that primarily.
Yeah, I guess that's also a good suggestion. I think at the end of it, this is the club which is made by the members. It's not only XCOM. So as much as members can participate, that would be a great way for everyone. So having said that, now let me just quickly go through various suggestions. In spite of the fact that there were the 4s and the 5s, there are members who've also anyway still put in some suggestions how we can be better. So there are some specific ones. So I'm just going to quickly read because I've clubbed them in. So it's easy for us to understand. So I assume that the XCOM member should take a note on the same. And I will also put it in notes when I submit the moments of truth. So it will be easy for you all to track and to work on the same. So under first impression, I'll go in line. So under first impression, for guest perspective, there are a couple of suggestions, like, they want you to at least slot 5 minutes for the guest to address the club. I don't know more or less how that would work because your meeting time has to also be taken into consideration. So maybe you can space it out. You can call 2 in the beginning, 1 during the break, or 1 towards the end. Or maybe if you have too many guests, maybe the TMOD can make one of the transition thing by speaking to a guest. I'm just randomly throwing out suggestions here. So that's one way. Then I think guest booklet they want to be shared is what someone said, but that I think should be the VPM's baby. I don't think that baby needs to be shared with anyone because the VPM has to stay in touch with the guest. So these were few pointers from the guest perspective. Then there are two people who suggested that they need more explanation on pathways and base camp. So maybe I'm not sure whether you guys are doing this on a regular basis, but if one-on-one is not happening, maybe every month end, you all should anyway have a pathways guidelines session just on how to do it. Or if every month end you cannot have a meeting, I would suggest you do these small videos. Do a screen share and record the video on Zoom only on how to go and what to do. And probably you can put that up in the group, because people can then just view or go back. They can star that message, star that video, and go back and view it whenever they are lost. So that's one other suggestion. Then member orientation. Or there are a couple of people who are still waiting for some fun session. I think you guys are always fun. So now that is something that the XCOM should note. Maybe they still are looking for some fun activities other than the regular meetings. So if that is possible, then I guess you guys should plan out something, because I know that there's a lot of restrictions because we are online. Yes, there is also a suggestion for going offline. So that's now on all the members put together, if they are open to going on for offline meeting or no. That's one. Then there is a suggestion that they're asking, they said that instead of telling people, like instead of telling Purnima, asking Purnima which role would she want to take for next meeting, there is a suggestion that the VP Ed should pick up people and say that, Dinank, you're going to be grammarian for the next meeting. So what they would like is you allotting the role rather than the other way around, because then people tend to pick the same role over and over again than, the VP Ed actually seeing in the probably the tracker sheet of role play, where have they been taking different roles. So that's one more suggestion. If you are already doing it and someone has misread it or misinterpreted it, then you guys can accordingly take an action or or pick up the suggestion. Now, yeah, next is fellowship writing communication. Here again, there is a requirement, or at least 3 to 4 people have asked for more inter-club activities. Maybe that is missing, or have you been doing that often? That's one thing that the XCOM members can look at. Okay. And newsletter. Newsletter is being missed by a lot of people. So I believe I did speak to Adriana, and Adriana did tell me that the work is on for newsletter. But see, I'm a member also of my home club, and I know it's not that easy to create one. So unless all members chip in, want to write in or share ideas, bringing up or coming up with a newsletter is difficult. Again, I suggest and request each and every member to be part of this, to help the XCOM members to start with this, because I think this has been coming up, I think, more often. So newsletter is something that should be on top priority for you all, and probably take help from outsiders. Santa Cruz already has one, so maybe you can take help from them to understand how to quickly go about it. So that's one of my suggestions. For program planning and meeting organization, there are certain suggestions like the mentoring for the role should be more personalized. Maybe another way would be to, I've seen some clubs do this, and because if they've allotted, let's see, Rohit as Sa and Anushka as TMOD and everything. So there always is a buddy who is going to, a mentor to TMOD. So that TMOD, if that person is taking it up for the first time, also gets a mentor to check that is the script all right, is it time bound and everything. So maybe that can be done, because I think this must be written by somebody new who probably is not guided well on the role taking. So that's one way of doing it. You have a mentor even for the role players for that particular meeting. That's it. You can keep switching mentors. So in that way, you are involving more and more members on a weekly basis. Then agenda needs to be floated 3 to 4 days in advance is what has been said. I'm not sure how the schedule is organized because I'm not part of your main group. So if that is not happening, then yes, you can take care of that. And yes, then membership strength, again, they need some fun activity to maintain the interest. Then organize each one, bring one. So I guess that membership plan has to be all Sahil's planning now further on. Then increase the membership is one thing, and club recognition to be intensified. I guess this recognition, where when it comes to member recognition as well as club recognition, I think like we already discussed in full length about the fact that let's give out a tracker which tracks and says. I would also suggest that you have a tracker to show where your club stands. The gladiator points that you've accumulated so far, your pathway adoption percentage, various other things, the BSM awards, the Hall of Fame awards, and your, these are the kind of things that you can also put it up to show them what your club has achieved already. By now, you guys have also achieved a couple Hall of Fame awards. You can always put all of that together and create a quick creative. So I think that also will help them to understand where the club stands and probably help you to get there. So yeah, so these were all in all the suggestions. I think I'll take another 2 minutes to just wrap this up. Is there anything else that anyone else want to add in? Because anyway, I'll be putting in all the pointers in the notes before submitting so that I'll send it across. Anyone else want to say anything, or else I'll quickly take a minute to wrap up, then we can wrap up the meeting. Silence. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई?
Okay, Sunita, I just want to say something. It's really nice to hear you talk.
Okay, that's not what I meant when I asked, is there anything? But I see that all of you all have understood what the requirement from the members are, and some of the members who are not part of XCOM have also understood that how XCOM would like additional help from the members so that everything can be done well. So overall, if you guys are not aware what your club is up to, and I have it all in here because I keep tracking your club also because I'm your ma, like it was said in the beginning. So I have to say that this term has been great for you all. You're 1.5 years old, and you guys were the first in, I think, District 98 to share, along with Golden Falcon from Hyderabad, the first club to have 9 DCP points. I believe the creative was made and shared also for that. So yes, I can see that a lot of efforts are put, and this is not just the XCOM, I would say it's for all the members. So you all were the first to get the 9 points, and after this TLTP where you all attended, you all are 10 on 10 right now. Your DCP is absolutely done with. Now you have to gear up for the next term. So yeah, so that's one. Then there was a division event that was held by BMS division Kahani, where a Hindi speech had to be done. So you guys did have one participant, which was Rajesh. He had done it. Then club mentor, we have Purnima, who is a mentor to one of the new clubs, which is with S5, the Talking Tree Club, which is a corporate club of Federal Bank. Then Sanchit is the assistant area director who's going to be partner in crime with me. I still have to harass him with more work. Then in total, if you all want to know your educational goals achieved till today, I just checked the dashboard today, is around 23 with 2 people who have finished 2 levels each, which is Srinivas and Snehal, on the verge of getting the triple crown. And the ones who already got triple crown is Purnima, Sachin, and Adriana. Your pathway adoption is 100%. Membership renewals have always been on time. Thank you, Sahil. Then what I would like to know from Sanchit is how many Hall of Fame awards, BMS awards, and Gladiator points, I think by December is 397. So you guys are in the top 3, I believe. So yeah, I guess you guys did receive the Power Up Award, which required all officers to be trained, the club success plan to be shared, and MOT to be done in the first half of the term, which was done. Now there is a Power Up 2.0 award, of which the criteria are 7 out of 7 officers trained. That's check, it's done. Club success plan submitted, done. 95% pathway adoption is required, but you're at 100%. Achieve 5 DCP points by 15 Feb, you're at 10. And MOT has to be done. That was the last criterion, and that is done today. So you guys have got your Power Up 2.0 award also. I have to commend the previous XCOM members also, which is Snehal, Adriana, Sahil, Rajesh, Purnima, Sachin, and Sanchit. And all the best to the new Adriana, Sanchit, Sahil, Muskan, Nikita, Pranav, and Anushka. I think this is a great opportunity. You guys step up to become leaders, not just at Toastmasters, outside also. And yeah, I guess I will submit my report soon. If there is anything beyond this, I would urge any one of you to reach out one-on-one basis so that I can incorporate that in the notes as well. So that's it, I guess, from my end. Back to who should I go to?
Sunita, just a question since you are here, and Adriana had this discussion also. Is there any communication for an offline meeting from Toastmasters International or from the district?
So right now, the deck meeting that is happening offline. I think that is the first thing that is happening right now. But there is option open to most of us whether we want to go or no. It's happening in Jaipur. So I think there are people who are starting. As far as offline meeting is concerned, Hyderabad have started having offline. Pune is starting. So they're trying to have 1 or 2 meetings in a month offline. See, this all depends on, I guess, on your comfort, on if members are open to attend and where you're attending, which is your place, if you're going to get that place again. So I think you guys can start discussing with your members if they're comfortable going offline, and y'all can start with the proper precautions. There is no such mandate right now that you cannot have, because a lot of people have started having. So you can take your precautions and start, I guess.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah. So should I give it back to my baby Anushka? Are you going to speak about your ma?
Thank you, Sunita, for this wonderful MOT session that you hosted. Since we are actually out of time, it's already 1:15. I would just hand over to Adriana to adjourn the session.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the entire session that has been conducted. It was good to have so many of our members step up and share the kind of information they did, especially not just as issues they are facing, but they came up to even go on to the extent of sharing solutions, which I think is commendable when people as a team work towards growing and not just stating the current scenario, current issues that they are facing. Having said that, purely in light of time, I would like to firstly again thank our AR director and the MOT coordinator for today, Toastmaster Sunita. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you here. We're gonna have we really script, we brainstorm and script your introductions every time, because we're like, how do we now introduce her in an even better manner than she has last time? So that's always been fun to do. And to our members, thank you so much for sharing your insights. We do intend to possibly conduct another informal business meet where probably all members will be required to attend to share more ideas, more understand their issues much better, independent of the MOT. So that's being planned. Like Sanjit said, the Toastmaster of the month is in order. We are really targeting to at least introduce it this month. Things are going a bit slow because of the issues that he rightly mentioned in terms of operations of the same, but we would look into it. Having said that, I really do not want to hold anyone of call back. I understand it's already 1:15. So with that, I officially adjourn the meeting, and thank you so much everyone for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.